Hi, welcome to the session. This is Arun, and today's topic in SAP FICO is creating a company code and setting up an organization or configuring the organization. So let's log into the SAP server. We are using S4HANA 2022 server here. Okay, now we are inside the server. So we can go over the SAP menu and under the accounting, we have all the financial accounting details and controlling all the navigation options here. So under the document entry, let's say we have these sample transactions. For instance, an end user, they want to perform any of these transactions and post it to an organization. So in order to do that, they won't be able to perform these transactions without the configuration of an organization in the backend. So as a consultant, I need to configure the organization first before the end user post these transactions or perform any transactions. So in today's session, so let's go over some basic navigation and create a company code for a legal entity. So let's assume our company name is MAV Cosmetics, which is located in the United States. In order to perform that, let me enter the transaction code SPRO. So in the SAP reference imaging, so SPRO is the transaction code where the consultant usually configure the transactions for end users. So let's click on enterprise structure. Under the enterprise structure, definition, and financial accounting. So we have multiple options under the financial accounting, which has their own enterprise structure. And for now, we use edit, copy, delete, check company code, and define company. So let's go over these options. So by the name itself, it says copy, delete, check company code. So by clicking this, you can either copy it from the existing configuration of the company, or delete the company, or check the company code. So you can delete is not usually recommended, because SAP won't allow you to delete the organization which has transactions in it. So we can edit or check the company code here. So let's say if you say edit, yes, you can see all the existing configurations or already configured and using by the users. So let's try. Let's go back. So let's try to make some changes to the existing one. Tata Steel. Yeah. You can usually make these changes. This is locked as of now. So let's go back. You can see these details. Let's get back to the screen. Yeah. Let's close this. I click on define company. Yeah, here in the define company, you can see the existing companies as well. Now our scope is to configure a company code or configure an organization. So let's click on new entries. So here you can enter the company code. I can say it can be like alphanumeric. I would choose MAVC. Company name would be MAV Cosmetics Inc. So you have some character limit for the company name. So if you have like a big name, you can enter this continuation name in the name of company field. So some basic detailed information. The street would be Pen Drive. Postal code 78641. City is Austin. Country or region is United States. Language is English. So you have an option to select multiple languages, or the regional language. You can, based on the requirement of the client, you can choose respective language. Currently I'm using English. It's a USD. Currency is USD. So let's save this information and check back if these details are saved. So when you save for the new entity, right, it creates a unique transport number which we can use to communicate with the end user, and they will post the transactions against this transport number. So for the short description, you need to click on these options like create request. You can give it as MAV group. Save this information. Click on continue. Click on save. So now the data is saved. You can exit and click on edit company. So let's see if our company details is configured. So click on position. You can give the MAVC company code and search for the list. It's not showing up here. Let's try from here. Define company. We have the list here as well. You can check the position from here. MAVC. Click here. Okay. Now that the organization is configured, you can click on MAVC Cosmetics INC. So you can make some basic changes. You can change the region, you can change the language key, or you can change the currency. And click on save to make the save the changes. So now that I don't have any changes, I'll just keep it this way. Yeah. So similarly, I've created another organization with the company code MAK1. So let's review that on the server. So there's PRO. So we navigate through SAP reference image and the enterprise structure definition under the financial accounting. So if you click here, let's review the organization real quick. Position. I'm entering the company code. Yeah, it shows MAK1 Max Solutions Private Limited. Okay. So let's assign some variants, period variants. So we need to determine the period of the organization. So for which we need to understand the variant principles. So there are like two different types of variants that is like most commonly used variants in the industry. So let's understand that one of them is fiscal year variant, which determines the financial year of the company, and the other one is the post period variant. So let's understand this while we navigate through the system to assign the calendar year for the company code which I've just created. So let's navigate through financial accounting. So inside the financial accounting global settings, enter the ledgers and enter the fiscal year and posting periods. Okay. So let's try to assign the company code to a fiscal year variant. Look for the company MAK1. Okay. So here we can see that fiscal year variant is empty as we have just created the organization. So we need to assign some fiscal year variant in order to complete the configuration of the organization. So here usually we use like either V3 or K4. So most of the companies use like April to March calendar, which comes under V3 category, and most of the companies follow Jan to December, which is like K4, which comes under the calendar year variant. So let's review what's inside the V3 and K4 detail. So let's try to assign one first. Let's say V3. Okay. V3. Let's click on save. So we need to update the short description. This is for some other company. Okay. Okay, let's save this. Click on continue. So yeah, we have assigned V3 as a calendar. So description says April to March, India. So usually it's like April to March in India or USA. So let's review. You can change the calendar to K3, K4, sorry. Yeah, you can change the calendar as well, but let's review where we can change and configure the calendar. So let's go back in the SPRO under the financial accounting and global settings. So here we have fiscal year and posting periods. If you click on maintain fiscal year variant, you can see different periods here determined earlier. So let's look for V3 variant. Yeah, here is the V3 variant from April to March India. We can also like create new entries here depending on the client requirement. We can make it posting period variant, which is year independent, so or year specific to that. Let's say V3. V3 is the non-calendar year. So yeah, let's also search for K4, which falls under the calendar year. If you click on K4, here it's a calendar year which has like four special periods. Number of positions is 12. The the calendar is clicked here, calendar year. So yeah, these are all like previously defined calendars, fiscal year variant. We can define our own fiscal year variant by clicking on new entries. Okay, let's